Good afternoon. We're going to read Mark chapter 13 today. I hope y'all have had a good day, and I hope y'all are praying for the people in Texas who have been affected by those flash floods. There's I believe it's called Camp Mystic. They've lost over 15. I think there were either 15 or 20 young ladies that were swept away in the floods, and they don't know. I know some of them have found them passed away, but they haven't found everybody yet. But y'all please be praying for those people. Pray for their families. At this point, I don't know what we can do other than pray, but I'm sure in the coming days there'll be things that we can do. I do know that they've shown several I've seen several videos of campers and houses being swept away, and it's just about unbearable to watch because you don't know if there are people in there or if the people were able to get out, and and there's nothing they can do. They can't. Somebody said that the regular motorboat wouldn't be able to get out there and fight the current, so that there's nothing they can do at this point. So I know they need a lot of prayers, and I know they would appreciate you sending those prayers up. But anyway, I'm going to read Mark chapter 13. The first section is titled, Jesus Foretells Destruction of the Temple. And as he came out of the temple, one of his disciples said to him, "Look, teacher, what wonderful stones and what wonderful buildings." And Jesus said to him, "Do you see those great buildings? There will not be left here one stone upon another that will not be thrown down." Signs of the end of the age. And as he sat on the Mount of Olives opposite the temple, Peter and James and John and Andrew asked him privately, "Tell us, when will these things be, and what will be the sign when all these things are about to be accomplished?" And Jesus began to say to them, "See that no one leads you astray. Many will come in my name, saying, 'I am he,' and they will lead many astray. And when you hear of wars and rumors of wars, do not be alarmed. This must take place, but the end is not yet. For nation will rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. There will be earthquakes in various places. There will be famines. Those are but the beginning of the birth pains. But be on your guard, for they will deliver you over to councils, and you will be beaten in synagogues, and you will stand before governors and kings for my sake, to bear witness before them. And the gospel must first be proclaimed to all nations. And when they bring you to trial and deliver you over, do not be anxious beforehand what you are to say, but say whatever is given to you in that hour. For it is not you who speak, but the Holy Spirit. And brother will deliver brother over to death, and the father his child. And children will rise against parents and have them put to death. And you will be hated by all for my name's sake, but the one who endures to the end will be saved." The abomination of desolation. But when you see the abomination of desolation standing where he ought not to be, let the reader understand. Then let those who are in Judea flee to the mountains. Let the one who is on the housetop not go down, nor enter his house to take anything out. And let the one who is in the field not turn back to take his cloak. And alas for women who are pregnant, and for those who are nursing infants in those days. Pray that it will not happen in winter, for in those days there will be such tribulation as has not been from the beginning of the creation that God created until now, and never will be. And if the Lord had not cut short the days, no human being would be saved. But for the sake of the elect whom he chose, he shortened the days. And then if anyone says to you, "Look, here is the Christ," or "Look, there he is," do not believe it. For false Christs and false prophets will rise and perform signs and wonders to lead astray, if possible, the elect. But be on guard, I have told you all things beforehand. The coming of the Son of Man. But in those days after that tribulation, the sun will be darkened, and the moon will not give its light, and the stars will be falling from heaven, and the powers in the heavens will be shaken. And then they will see the Son of Man coming in clouds with great power and glory. And then he will send out the angels and gather his elect from the four winds, from the ends of the earth to the ends of heaven. The lesson of the fig tree. From the fig tree, learn its lesson. As soon as its branch becomes tender and puts out its leaves, you know that summer is near. So also, when you see these things taking place, you know that he is near at the very gates. Truly, I say to you, this generation will not pass away until all these things take place. Heaven and earth will pass away, but my words will not pass away. Now, I've seen people that get caught up in that where it says this generation will not pass away until all these things take place. I've had people say that there were people alive then that are still alive now. That could be true. I don't know. There's a lot of different ways you can interpret that. Some things you have to look at real deep in order to get them. But again, it's one of those things. It's not going to affect my salvation. It's not going to cause me to live one way or another according to what the translation of that is, what the understanding of that. I'm going to keep doing what I need to be doing, what the Lord has asked me to do as best I can, and try to stay on the right track and stay in touch with him so that when I do mess up, I can ask his forgiveness and I know he'll give it to me. And that's the main thing, is to stay in touch with Jesus and allow him to lead you and show you what to be doing. The last section is titled, No One Knows That Day or Hour. But concerning that day or that hour, no one knows, not even the angels in heaven nor the Son, but only the Father. So when somebody says, oh, Jesus is coming back in 2 years, you can't know that because nobody knows that except God. Now, some people have said that once Jesus got back to heaven, because he is a part of God, he does know. But nobody else knows. God knows when Jesus is coming back, and nobody else. So if somebody's telling you that, no, they're just guessing. They don't know. Be on guard. Keep awake. Excuse me. For you do not know when the time will come. It is like a man going on a journey, when he leaves home and puts his servants in charge, each with his work, and commands the doorkeeper to stay awake. Therefore, stay awake, for you do not know when the master of the house will come, in the evening, or at midnight, or when the rooster crows, or in the morning, lest he come suddenly and find you asleep. What I say to you, I say to all, stay awake. Now, God is not telling us not to ever sleep. He created our bodies to require a certain amount of sleep every day. He is saying that we need to be spiritually awake, and we need to make sure that we are prepared for when he comes. Oh, excuse me. Excuse me. He wants us to be prepared for when he comes. So, I hope y'all took some of that in. I know it was kind of a little bit shorter chapter than normal. But again, please be praying for all the people in Texas who are suffering from these floodings. And we still need to be praying for the people up in the Smoky Mountains who are still suffering from the horrible damage that they received from that hurricane that hit. Gosh, I don't know. It's been way over a year. And some of them still don't have what they need. So, be praying for them. If there's a way you can help, please do. Be careful about who you trust, who tells you something. We all know that there are people out there who would take advantage of people trying to help. And if you're good-natured, people know that, and they will do their best to take advantage. So do your best to be vigilant about help when you can and where you can, but just be careful that you're really helping people and not getting ripped off. Anyway, I hope y'all have a great day tomorrow, and I will see y'all Sunday.